We now have a quorum, so I will call this meeting to order. Ms. Huerta, please call the roll.
President Alan Wilson.
Here.
Vice President Diana Summers is absent. Secretary Jesus.
Here.
Mark LaRue.
Here.
Victoria Holland. I understand Ms. Holland is online. Ms. Holland? No? Okay. Johnny Filippello, I understand he's on his way. Vishnu Reddy? Okay, we do have a quorum present to conduct the meeting.
Okay. Public comment. Would anyone like to make public comment? Ms. Huerta, have you received any?
No, sir.
Agenda items G, number 1, motion authorizing a business incentive grant agreement with Padre Island North LLC. Mr. Almaguer?
Yes, thank you. Board members, good afternoon. Randy Almaguer, Compliance Officer with your Corpus Christi Regional Economic Development Corporation. So this item before you is to approve an agreement with the Dual Hotel on the island for the Courtyard by Marriott and the Residence Inn. So just a little bit of a recap. You know, this came to us back in March. Went through the process. Went to Type B in June to approve the amount. As you remember, there was an impact report generated amount and a developer requested amount, so we couldn't bring an agreement at that time. $2 million was approved at that time. During that, I had a presentation to talk about the project a little bit, what was needed on the island, the CapEx, jobs, things like that, renderings, who the developer was, and the kind of projects the developer had done in the past and had been completed. This one is a shorter presentation that I wanted to go through, talk about the performance requirements in the agreement and then the grant award in the agreement. So I got about 5 or 6 slides to go through. Maybe batteries. Oh, no. Maybe I'm pushing the wrong button. That's weird. That'll work. Mm-hmm. Good? Okay. Appreciate that. So the next few slides will talk about the performance requirements, the investment, as you recall, $34 million construction of the 205 hotel rooms, the 9,186 square foot conference center to go along with indoor and outdoor dining, bar space, and of course all that open to the general public, including the conference center. Working back with the developer and the consultant, trying to get a good timeline here on a completion deadline. And I know the board's been, had a pulse on projects coming back with amendments for construction completion dates and, having to come back 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So we try to limit that, and hopefully this is a good hard date, January 1, 2029 for a completion date. We felt comfortable with that. He plans this project to take 2 years. So he's looking probably before that, but as opposed to just, having to come, with the delays, and we've seen with other projects, now with tariffs as well, when they're getting things ordered, things like that. So there has been inhibitors of such like that. So we just put that into consideration when we put this deadline. And then we talk about the use of funds, in accordance with the Texas Local Government Code 501.103 and our 505.152. 103 talks about certain infrastructure improvements. The 505.152 talks about community facilities, tourism, entertainment, things like that. So, vetting that project, it does qualify under the, this code here. And then a certificate, expenditure certification. So as they're moving along their project, they're having to submit detailed of expenditures 30 days of the anniversary. So let's just say next month, they'll have to submit something next year, if this goes to council, gets approved, they'll have 30 days to submit that progress and what it looks like. And you'll see in quarterly reports, you won't necessarily see the line items, but we'll talk about how the project is moving forward, showing pictures, things of that nature. So here's some more of the project requirements. Again, it was 73 jobs. We talk about January 2029, 65 full-time jobs. So the 65s, it'll go up incrementally all the way to 73. For that first year too, you'll see on the next slide or two, they have to have the C of O as well. So that first year C of O and 65 full-time jobs, it all has to be in accordance with the agreement. The total amount, the $2 million that was approved back in June, it's over 5 years. It's paid in 5 annual installments of $400,000 each. Again, a permanent certificate of occupancy needs to be issued, and then proof of compliance. They have to submit compliance with the jobs, salaries, and then a site visit will accompany that to verify all that. And then, we'll submit that packet to the city's team to get that process, make sure it's all taken care of. And then these next few slides, just a refresher on where the project is located at, right here by the water. And then here's a street view of the project. You got the residence inn on the left and then the courtyard on the right. We have the water view as well. As you see the courtyard now on the left. The courtyard will be a floor higher. The bottom there will be the restaurant, bar atmosphere there that you'll be able to access. And bypass the lobby too. I know that was talked about. The parking lot's going to be that big where you're going to come in and you could just go straight to the restaurant kind of thing. And then you have the aerial view of the total project. You have the 2 hotels. You have the presidential suites in the middle, conference center, lobby, the big pool, and then there's your beach access. That concludes my presentation. If you have any questions, thank you.
Are there any questions for Mr. Almaguer?
No,
Go ahead.
just more of a comment or clarification. So this is tied to job creation, right?
It's part of that.
Tied to job.
Yeah, it's part of that. Jobs are tied to this.
Yeah.
So that first year, I believe it was 65 jobs, and a C of O has to accompany that.
And then like you don't get no more than $400,000 a year. And I do like that y'all put in a local contractors and suppliers utilization as well.
Yes,
So good job on that.
and then
for
to
sure.
your point on the jobs, so say the first year they don't come with the full 65 jobs, we have a formula built in there that they only get a percentage up to the 400,000. Now, if they fall below a threshold 70% of the 65 job, they don't get any dollars.
Yeah,
So,
good job.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve the item.
Get a motion to approve.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Dr. Ray.
Now there's a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I'm going to abstain. Yeah, just because same reason as last time. Okay, the motion passes. Next, we'll have public comment or a public hearing. I'll open a public hearing. We're going to entertain the public hearing, a motion authorizing 8 Corpus Christi B Corporation small business assistance agreements. Staff, who's going to give? Is it you?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's me again.
Long time no see.
I know. So yes, what you have in front of you is the 8 small business agreements, 5 with Del Mar, you have Lift Fund Score, and Texas A&M. Again, this was another item that you approved the budget back in June. Of course, we always like to bring support here behind us. As you can see, we come in pretty heavy loaded. These, Del Mar, Lift Fund Score, everyone's pretty committed, passionate about their program, so they always want to be here and support when these items come up. I didn't have anything else. I didn't have a presentation, but if there was any questions, I'll be glad to answer anything. Additionally, maybe we didn't cover. I know we've done the briefings. Again, if there's anything you need answered.
Any questions for Mr. Almaguer? Hearing none, is there any public comment in the public hearing? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing and entertain a motion to approve the items.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda, Mr. Zanoni, do you have a report?
No report for this meeting, Chairman.
Okay. I think it's a record. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned.